Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to explore building wealth from your business every month, not just upon a big exit. I hear often from CEOs in the business that they're going to sell their business one day and they're going to be able to retire on that money and they never work a day in their life. But what if you could just make money every single month from your business and make it to help you create wealth in your life? And this is what we want to explore today. Not just wait for that big exit, which might or might never come. You never know. Most of us are building businesses that are long-term sustainable and viable for a lifestyle or for fulfilling our personal, wealth building goals and helping us, generate the income we need every single month. So what if we just focus on that, and then in doing that, we're also getting our businesses ready for a big exit one day and always ready for that opportunity to sell, but not relying on it in order to be able to retire one day. So if you're a business owner that's not currently generating profits every single month, that is okay. This is something that I want you all to have as a quality problem. Is you have too much profit and you don't know what to do with it. But if you're not there yet today, don't get discouraged. This is about building the right financial foundation to make sure that you can have this kind of quality problems in your life and in your business. But it doesn't happen by accident. It's very important that you are proactive about planning for your finances to make sure that you are making the profit that you want to make. And then asking a question like, what do I do with all this money that I have left at the end of the month as you continue to grow the business, invest in the business for growth? So I'm Carla Titus. I'm a fractional CFO, and I help dozens of businesses turn chaotic business finances into cash-making machines. So if you're here today, I hope you're able to take away how to build a wealth building machine from your business profits every single month. So let's go ahead and dive right into the topic. Okay, so the first big myth that I hear people say is one day I'll cash out. And that one day never comes for a lot of people that are just building businesses every single month because sales fall through, or you're not building with a financial health in mind. Your business is not really sellable. And you think that buying into that one day I'll sell it, dream is going to solve all your financial problems in your life or help you just retire and not do anything or enjoy your life more. But that they, for most of us, doesn't come. So instead, what if your business was just paying you monthly a certain amount and quarterly and yearly distributions to help you fulfill your financial goals now, not in the future? Of course, there will be saving for the future as well. But what if your business was just generating profits every single month for you to be able to build wealth? Many founders are relying on this one-time event and big sale in order to hit it big and make, again, their financial goals reality. But the problem is that is just one strategy. And it's not going to be the way that most people imagine it's going to go. And a lot of you, after a big exit, also don't know what to do with yourself because you dedicated your life to building a business and you didn't have a plan for the after that happens. So I want you to really think about what is the lifestyle and future you're trying to build. And let's start working on that now, every single month that your business is generating positive financial results. Make sure you're not deferring wealth building to someday, one day. It almost feels like instead of building the wealth engine that you want to have in your business ongoing, you're really just looking for a lottery ticket. And we know the odds of playing the lottery. So I'm not going to get into that today, but it's best that you just every month get a little bit wealthier because you have profit in your business that you're able to take out to build your personal financial goals. So let's focus on that and making sure that wealth building is the measurement of success that we are driving through. Okay, so why are you not building wealth yet in your business? That's a really great question I get often asked by business owners who just haven't prioritized it. They might not be growing revenue or not be profitable every month, even when they're growing revenue, because they're not managing their expenses. And I get into more detail on that in other episodes. But as a founder, you sometimes might be confused between profit and cash, and you're not sure what's happening there. So I addressed that in a different episode too, on like the difference between cash and profit. So make sure you listen to that. Poor financial infrastructure and management is why you're not building wealth outside of your business because you're trapping all the profits into the business, having to reinvest back, but never taking anything out. And it has to be very intentional. And I find a lot of founders haven't figured out what that balance is between keeping profits in the business, cash flow healthy, and paying themselves and taking money out to build their own personal wealth building goals. Also, they might be confused. What are your personal wealth building goals? Maybe you haven't outlined them. So it would be a great exercise to go through and decide, what do you need to live your lifestyle in retirement, to save for the future? If you want to retire early, what does that look like? And how much would you need to produce on a monthly basis from your portfolio, your investments, your real estate, in order to be able to support your current lifestyle from monthly cash, perspective? So if you don't even know the numbers, it's going to be really hard to hit these goals, even if your business is profitable, because you're not thinking about, well, how do I build wealth outside of my business to make sure that benefits me and my family long term. You probably also don't have a good set of books to even be able to make decisions and understand what's happening in your business financially. So it's important that you start building those good habits of knowing what's happening in your business and your numbers. And if this is something that you feel is daunting and really hard and challenging to tackle, I have an episode about addressing, the importance of bookkeeping in your business and how to make decisions with data so that it can help you overcome some of those challenges and that fear and scary feeling that comes with confronting your numbers and what to do about it. You also might not have a clear forecast. So you don't know what your business is capable of doing because you never thought about, okay, this is what I do now, but what could my business generate? How much money and profit could I have outside of the business? And again, even if you're not there yet, creating a plan to become profitable is super important so that you can start seeing those results happen in your business and working smarter around those. Maybe you have no cash flow plan, so you're just spending everything that you make in profit in your business. You don't even know that's happening. So it's important to go revisit and see what's happening with your cash flow and like how much is staying in reserves for the business, how much you're drawing out as an owner to meet your personal financial needs, and then what's left over so that you can start pulling out more money from the business to build personal wealth. Maybe you're reinvesting too much into the business. And this is one I see often happens because everybody's trying to scale at all costs. They don't care if they're profitable. They're just like, next milestone, revenue, X number I'm trying to hit. And then all the profits go back to the business to reinvest in that growth with maybe the right strategies and the right intention, but sometimes you don't see the results from that. So you end up empty-handed. So it's important that you align the investment you're making in the business from the profits to the returns you're expecting to see from those strategies and things that you're investing in. And if that's not clear, that's okay. Just make sure you start to set up some expectations and outline that before you start outlaying the cash to make sure you know exactly what you're getting in return. So profit without structure, it's going to cause burnout and not wealth. So I want to make sure that you are focusing on that wealth building and not just burning yourself out from taking all the profit and throwing it at everything. And then again, coming out empty handed, which is going to make you feel burnt out in your business. Okay, so in this next segment, we're going to talk about what do you do with the profit you do have left over in the business. We're going to assume your business is healthy, that it's producing profits on a monthly basis. And if it's not, we'll be happy to help you. We have a team of CFOs that help address this issue with businesses that are either losing money every month and we turn around with a financial plan and implementation and accountability, to businesses who are profitable but not as profitable as they should be based on their industry and benchmarks and things they should be able to achieve. So if you're curious to find out how profitable is your business and should it be more profitable, make sure to book a call with our CFO on our website to have a conversation about how we can support you with that. But I want to go through how do we build wealth from our business profits as part of where the profits go. So there's 4 areas we like to talk about. So one is owner's pay. So if you're an S Corp and you're on payroll, you're already paying yourself a wage monthly on a W-2 employee payroll or paycheck. So that's happening. You're paying yourself a fair wage because that's a requirement of being an S Corp. If you're just an LLC, you're just drawing every month. And ideally, you're drawing this amount consistently every month, depending on the size of your business. If you're not, again, we got to go back to a financial plan and put a budget in place to make sure the business can afford you as an owner. And that comes before paying anyone else. I'm a big believer that, you should be prioritizing yourself as an owner. You've put so much at risk. You gave up the secure job and stability. Now you need to create that in your business. So that's step one, is making sure you're taking care of yourself and paying yourself fairly. Making sure that you're not underpaying yourself, because this is how we don't build wealth in the long term. So step one is like, make sure you're fairly compensated. The next step we want you to be focusing on after you take care of yourself is building reserves in the business. So we want to have 3 to 6 months of operating expenses on hand, because we just don't know when the slow season is going to come. Maybe you do. You don't know when uncertainty is going to hit your business, when an industry shift is going to show up, when economic trends start to change, and you're just not prepared. And now everything that happens becomes an emergency. So we want to offset that by having some cash reserves, so we have some time to respond to the problems and address them as they're happening. Make sure that you don't get caught off guard and you're not having to do weird things in order to generate cash or create new offers all of a sudden because you weren't prepared for the unexpected. So make sure you have those reserves built up and padded. And then that's going to create a lot of confidence and consistency in your business and stability. So making sure you have those is going to really be key in helping you have the peace of mind that you need in order to operate from a position of strength and power when you're making confident decisions, because you don't have to rush into making anything unnatural happen. Now, the next space where we're focused on is some kind of profit distribution plan. So how much of that are you going to draw as a owner, quarterly or monthly, whichever, way that you like to do it? I normally look at quarterly goals, and then we do a distribution above and beyond the normal paycheck for the owners based on quarterly results we have seen happen after we pay taxes. So we know taxes are covered, and then there's a profit distribution to the owner. And we try to keep it stable as far as the amount goes. But if things are not looking as good, we might choose to reduce that amount. And this is where that profit distribution is really going to start to help you supercharge your wealth building journey, because this is additional above and beyond pay you weren't expected, because the profit results of the business were better than you thought, and are able to take some of that away from the business for yourself. Now, we do recommend you don't distribute more than 50% of the profit, because we still want to keep some profit in the business to be able to reinvest and grow it and not starve the business. Again, this is after you've already built your cash reserves for the business, so you're not taking away from that to pay yourself a distribution that is, saved and separate from a profit distribution plan. Again, if you're not there yet, that's okay. These are the things we want you to start thinking about putting in place, and the things that your business should be doing for you that are going to help you accelerate your path to building wealth. And then the next one is, okay, once you distribute yourself this additional quarterly distribution of profit, what do you do with it? So you want to make sure that you're not just setting it on a checking account or savings account where it's not earning any kind of benefit or growing. You want to start thinking about, what are the retirement vehicles we're going to use? Is it a brokerage account, some real estate that's going to produce some cash, a 401k, a SEP IRA account? What are the vehicles that you're going to be investing your cash and your additional profit personally, so that you can start building wealth for the future in your personal business outside of the business? So make sure you have a plan there. And if you don't, this is a great place to consult a financial advisor that's fee only, that's fiduciary, that can help you outline a plan for wealth building and what are the vehicles you're going to use in order to be able to do that. Now, treat your business like a money-making machine. This is really the key takeaway. If your business is not doing that now, that is the goal, is to get it to produce monthly profits so that you can pay yourself, so you can invest for the future, so you can create those cash reserves and not wait for, again, that one day, one time exit that you're expecting to have, that might or might never come. So, and for those of you who sold businesses, congratulations, because it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. And it's probably a very fulfilling moment in your life where you see, your ideas that you created generate this pile of cash for you. And now you're on to bigger, better things, and the freedom that comes with having that big access. So I don't want to minimize it or say this is not important. It's absolutely possible. It's just really hard. Everything has to line up, and I just don't want to have all my eggs in one basket. So I'd rather have a business that produces cash every month and an exit instead of one or the other. So I don't want to rely on just one strategy. Okay. So if you have not addressed the root cause of your profitability issues in your business, like the profit leaks, the things that are taking away profit every month from your business, I encourage you to start looking at what are your numbers telling you every month. And if feels daunting, even as a first step, make sure you reach out because we're able to support you with that. You want to start building a dashboard so you can easily see what's happening financially with your business. And if you don't know how to do that, this is something that we can provide some support with as well, so that you understand how's your business performing on a monthly basis, in an easy to review CEO financial dashboard. Make sure you have a profit target allocation every month on what is your profit percentage needs to be for this business to operate in a healthy way. And if you don't know what that is, calculate what it is today and then decide, is that high enough? Does it need to be higher? And if you have no idea because you never benchmark, make sure you reach out. We're able to help with that as well. And then make sure you have some personal financial goals in decided for yourself on what that looks like, because the journey is going to be different for everyone, and I want to make sure that whatever you're building works for you and your family. And if you have not thought about that, now it's a great time to sit down and think about what is your personal wealth building goal and what are you trying to achieve. Okay, so just to wrap us up, you don't need to wait for the big exit to start building wealth. You can start building wealth every single month from your business as long as you're profitable and you're putting those profits to work and taking some of that for yourself to build your own personal wealth. Start paying yourself as an owner and according to the amount of money that you should be making for running this business. Remember, you're not an employee like you used to be, where there was a cap on your salary and when you could afford to pay yourself was dictated by an employer. Now you get to dictate what that is for yourself and in your business, making sure that you're compensated fairly for the amount of effort and risk you took. And like we said, if you're not there yet, where your business is not profiting the amount it should be or the amount that you want it to be, then it's time to start working on that business financial plan to make sure things are in order and that you're addressing all the issues that are preventing you from making profit every month in your business. Because profit is what helps you create wealth. So if you haven't taken that step to create profit first, we need to go back to addressing that before you're able to build wealth in your business. It'll be a lot easier once profit starts to come in and you have cash collected in the bank in order to be able to fund your personal wealth building goals. Now, of course, if you need help, we're here to support you. Make sure you book a call with one of our CFOs at wealthworthwithin.com. We're here to take a look at your numbers and put our experienced eyes to see what could be changed in order to make your profit bigger, better, and more consistent on a monthly basis so you can start building wealth in your business. If you're not already subscribed to our newsletter on our website, make sure you sign up for that. And thank you for listening today. Thank you for being here and being part of our community. Make sure you leave us a review. We would love to hear from you. What are your takeaways and what are you finding helpful so we can produce more of that type of content? And then make sure you share this with a business friend who can benefit from this information as well. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you listening, and until next episode.